Hi, ladies. I don't know who all is on Facebook, but I did post earlier this week that we are going to add a chair to our practice today for our restorative practice. We can just kind of set it aside, preferably one without arms. So if you could just grab one like a kitchen chair or dining room chair, it's fine. Just standard. We'll get started in another couple minutes. I just want to allow people time to arrive. And if you want your oil, your essential oil, I also like an eye pillow for the end of my practice. So if you have one of those, you can grab one of those, couple pillows, blanket. Just gather up all your props. Oops, my daughter's calling me. Yeah, it was my daughter. I guess the power's out in different places. So I live in Citrus Heights, and I had a power outage yesterday, but somebody else who was on the other side of Citrus Heights didn't. So now it's the reverse. Her friend has her power out, and she's wants to come over here. So okay, let's see. It is time. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Welcome, starting with my normal spiel. I'm Coach Michelle. I teach at Citrus Heights, Orangeville, and Roseville. And tonight's class is the lovely restorative yoga practice. And so for those of you who've never done restorative yoga, we use restorative yoga for the process of healing, basically from injury, illness, or stress. And in our times, especially now with COVID, stress in our society is really high. We're always at this kind of perpetual stress level. So this practice helps to reduce that. Okay, so you need a couple pillows. I like little small pillows like this, but I also love a bigger pillow. So I grab a couple like just standard bed pillows. Blankets work well, even beach towels. So grab those items. I was saying earlier that if you have an eye pillow for the end of practice when we're in Shavasana, that's awesome. And then I always like to start my practice with a little lavender oil because it kind of calms the senses. So if you have that or a scent that you like, you can grab that. For those of you who've been with me for a while doing restorative, we're just going to twist it up a little different today, and we're going to add a chair into our practice. So I just grabbed a little standard chair, just a little dining room or kitchen chair, preferably one without arms. So if you could grab that, do that now. Okay, let's get started. No music today because it interferes with the mic. So let's just try this. Sit in Sukhasana pose. Welcome to sit on a pillow or a blanket. Just hold the knees with your hands, palms down, tall spine, and just settle in. Just your normal breath. Soften the shoulders. But remain tall. Soften your brow. Behind the eyes and the eyelids, and your jaw. Notice your body. If you're holding any contractions, try to let go of those now. Maybe in your legs or your hips. Maybe you're gripping your knees. Bring that softness into the joints. Starting with our deep Ujjayi breath, sealing the lips, breathing deeply through the nose until you can't breathe any more air in, and pause at the top of that breath, and then open the mouth and exhale, like you're fogging a mirror. Inhale deeply until you have that little pause, open the mouth, exhale. Keep doing that nice deep Ujjayi breath. Taking your time nice and slowly, that you are already changing the chemistry of your body by just doing this breath. We say 10 breaths. You already start to see a change in the cortisol levels in your body. It's stressful. Your blood pressure drops. Stress levels decrease. So just do a few more of those. We're going to come back to that breath in all of our poses tonight. Flutter the eyes open. Roll out the wrists. Take the hands down by your side, fingertips right behind your hips here. And then just take your right ear to the right shoulder. So relax the palms. Left ear, left shoulder. Roll around gently in front to the right. And gently in front to the left. I carry so much in my shoulders and neck, so much stress from being on the computer. So let's do that again. This time, take the left ear to the left shoulder. Right ear to the right shoulder. Roll around in front to the left. And in front to the right. And head back to the center. We're going to do some hip openers today. But first, I'd like you to just grab your right leg as if you're going to cradle a baby. And I just want you to rock the baby here. If you do have your oil, I just put a little bit on my palms so that when I go through the poses, I can kind of pick up on that scent. Some people like to put a little bit on their mat. Switch other side. So it's up to you. Other leg, hold in cradle. Good. Now let's take the feet together, feet touching, grabbing our pillows and doing a nice tall stack here of supporting items. And then I just want you to rock your hands forward a little bit and bend your body forward just a little bit. You'll feel a stretch in your lower back first. You're welcome to stay here. Or round the back and just rest your head on your forehead on your hands, or you can just rest it on your cheek. So I like to rest my right cheek. And then just let the body round here. Coming back to the deep breath. Noticing the spine round and get soft with each exhale. Gently turn the head, resting the left cheek. And soften. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Good. Moving the equipment just a little bit, we're going to add the chair, basically the same concept, but this time you're going to be a little higher. So you may not need as many props. Keeping the legs, you're going to cross your legs now. Instead of the feet touching, the legs are going to be crossed. And you're simply going to lay your arms forward, resting your cheek on the pillow. Let's start with the right cheek. So this might be a little bit more comfortable than the other pose. The other pose was a nice rounding of the spine. This is a little taller and it curves more of the upper part of the spine. Breathe deep breaths here. See if you can let the upper body get heavy. Using the support of that chair. Get heavy. Turn your head to the other side. Resting your head and melt. 3 deep breaths. And then slowly rise up. We're going to, I don't know if you can see very well, but we're going to straddle our chair now. And take our arms forward a little bit more. You might want to add another pillow. And again, you can, I like to rest my chin on this one. You can see how that feels, resting the chin. Or you could do the cheek, side to side. Just make sure that you give yourself equal time on each cheek. If you feel like you need a little pillow or support underneath your knees, that might be nice. So try that. The whole goal is to find that sweet spot of comfort. Let the body get heavy here. Let the arms relax. We'll stay here for about 10 breaths. Letting go of any tension, any contracting. Finishing up our last few breaths. And then slowly rise. Good. Bring the legs in. This will be our only standing pose today. Every other pose is going to be on the ground. So we normally never get off the ground in restorative, do we? Okay, so I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see. We're going to stand up. So just like we do in yoga, we do Uttanasana, where we touch our hands to our toes. This is just an alternative. We're just going to bring our shoulders, we're going to cross our arms and rest them on the pillow, and then just keep our head down to meet our arms, and our knees are softly bent. Letting the body relax. Feeling the stretch through the back body. Deep breath. Few more deep breaths here. Go ahead and come on up a little bit, keep your palms on the pillow, and then make your way onto your knees, and we will move the chair aside for a little bit here. We'll come back to the chair later on when we lay down. Okay, so pulling your equipment in front of you here, we're going to do a supported balasana pose. So the knees are going to be wide, the toes are touching. I'm going to pull my pillow in close to my thighs. Might want to grab a couple other pillows here. And then we're going to walk our hands all the way forward to the end of our mat, turning our right cheek here. This is a lovely, really amazingly supportive, cozy pose. So I really want you to feel that support of your props through your belly and your upper body. I want that upper body to feel like it's in a cloud. Find that stillness. And then let it go. Let the arms fall. A little more. A little more. Slowly turn your cheek to the other side. Find that comfort on this side. Letting the arms get heavy. Letting the heart surrender. And melt to the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. Let it all go. All the stuff we have to deal with in the day, it's all gone now. Inhale. And exhale. Always coming back to that slow, nurturing breath. Slowly and gently rise up. Rise up. We're going to move the pillows to the side a little bit here. We'll bring them back here in a second. But we're going to do what's called a Parsa Balasana. So we take our right shoulder, our right hand and leave it underneath the left. Taking the pillows underneath the right shoulder and settling in here. So you're getting the shoulder opening here and the shoulder stretch. And then just try to sink into it. And when you do that, you're going to find that, okay, I might want another pillow here or there. I always like to go into a pose and then go, okay, where do I need a cushion? And just leave your body where it is. Soften a little bit more. headed to the upper body. One more deep inhale here. And exhale. Rise up. Now, moving to the other side, taking the left arm and weaving it underneath the right, using your props underneath the left shoulder. Right arm reaches out to the end of the mat. And let the upper body get heavy. Shoulder stretch on the left side. Two more breaths here. Let's rise up. Okay, the next pose we're going to do is half rock. My favorite. So we're going to come onto our knees. I'm going to have you walk your knees back one time. So one little step there. And I just want you to lower down to your belly. Just however feels good to get there. Just go ahead and lower it down. Taking your arms out to the sides like you're doing a field goal kind of position with your arms. You're going to lift your left leg and place it on your pillows. And I want your legs to feel like they're completely supported. Your foot, your ankle, your knee. And then just let the other upper body sink in and relax, resting into your right cheek. Breathe. Find comfort here. Could be here at least a couple minutes. As you inhale deeply, you're going to notice that you have a little bit more contact with the earth on the right side. So as you breathe deeply into the lower lobes of the belly, you're giving a massage to the right, the ascending colon. Contracting. And just coming back to that deep breath every once in a while. very slowly. In between these poses, learn ever so slowly. And take our body to the other side. Let go of your pillow. I can be in this pose all day, I think. Here. It's called hat prop. Okay, set up on the right side, the right leg, fully supported. Let the arms get heavy, pressing into the left side of the body. Let the feet fall where they need. Release the shoulders. As we breathe deep through this side, I'm going to do the lower lobes of the belly. And notice that pressure on the left side of the body. Massaging the decent. Now it's a little bit. One more. One more deep inhale. And then very slowly move back, leg in. Come up onto your elbows in Sphinx pose. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. We're just looking to the top of our mat. We're letting the belly sink into the earth here. And just allow a few breaths. We carry a lot of stress in our gut. Hips, gut, shoulders, jaw, and brow. Those are kind of the more common places that we hold stress in our body. So give me time to, kind of feel this pose as you breathe deeply. Allowing the tension in the soft muscle of your gut. Relax. Rotate your hips to the right and left. Just slowly, walking back and forth. Good. All right, let's make our way back up to a tabletop position. However it feels good to your body. The next pose we're going to do is pigeon pose, but we're going to support the pigeons. Probably the toughest pose we'll do tonight. Opening the hips, the big hip opener. So, I'll tell you how to get into it. So we're in tabletop. We're going to walk our knees back one time. So we're kind of at an incline. I'm going to ask that you bring your left knee forward so that your hand knee comes right between your wrists, and then press your left foot to the outer edge of the right side of your mat. Okay. And come up onto your fingertips so that you can give yourself some space in the spine and space in the hips. I'm going to place a pillow underneath my left hip. I'm going to grab my other pillow so that when I lay down, I'm nice and supported here. So I'm still up on my fingertips here, align my hips, and then lay my heart down, taking the palm over palm, resting my right cheek on the floor. So you want your pillows to support the right side of your body. And then the hip is supported with the pillow here on the left side. So you might have to maneuver your equipment. Do that now. Find that comfort zone where you feel like you don't have to, where you feel like you can just melt. See if you can surrender. Backing out of any discomfort. Finding the comfort. Once you've done the comfort, you find that you can surrender a little bit more. And let the shoulders get heavy. Let the body fall forward. Three more deep breaths. Just take your time. Slowly and gently rise back up to the fingertips. The fingertips allow you to have space so that you can tuck your right toe, lift your knee, and then bring the knee forward a little bit, rest it down on the ground so you have space to get back into the tabletop pose. Oh, good. Walk the knees back one time. Nice incline. Slide the right knee forward, and then take the foot to the outer edge of the mat, kind of wiggle or walk it over there. Come up onto the fingertips. Find your support underneath your right hip. Nice pillow, nice cushion. Align your hips. Find your other pillows, and then rest down. So if you turn onto your right cheek that time, turn onto your left cheek this time. Just whatever feels good to your body, but try to find that softness. This one's kind of a hard one to get comfortable in. So I find I have to get into it and then prop myself up, and then sometimes partway through I probably need to put something else somewhere else. So you might Move it a couple times. Do props. Release any tension, especially in the shoulders. Let the feet fall, let the legs relax. It's a hip opener, so pay attention to your hips now. And as you breathe, inhale deeply. Imagine the hips softening on that exhale, just very soft. And then breathe 3 more times. Good. Slowly come out of that pose by coming back up onto your fingertips. Nice and tall spine. Now tuck your back toe, lift your knee, and slide the knee forward and let it down on the ground. And then that gives you some space to come back into tabletop. Where I'm going to have you do a cat pose, rounding the back, looking underneath you, just to here. And then cow, taking the belly button to the ground and the tail and crown rise. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. This next one, we're going to pull our chair over. It's a little bit more of an active pose. You can still find some comfort in this pose, of course, but it is a little bit more of an active pose like that, like the pigeon pose. So I'm going to have you come onto your knees, place a pillow or blanket, or both, underneath, behind you, right here. You're going to sit on your, and see how that feels. Good. Now I have bony tops of my feet, so folding your mat over twice or placing a blanket underneath the bony part of the top of your feet is nice too. I'm going to place a pillow here. We're going to do eagle arms. We're going to really open up our shoulders here. Taking our arms to the sides, we're going to cross the right arm underneath the left. We're going to cross right at the elbow. You have a couple options here. You can take the back of your hands together. You can touch your shoulders. But for the deepest stretch, you are going to wind your hands around so that the palms come to palms. So you're kind of helixing your arms together, palm over palm. So find what you want to do here. You're going to rest it here on your pillow. And I'm just going to kind of let your chin relax, let the shoulder open. Feel free to adjust your pillow however you need to. Sometimes it slides a little bit. Make sure that you're not pressing into the chair. No hard parts should be touching the body. So make sure that none of the hard, woody parts of the chair are touching the body. Three more deep breaths here, nice and slow. Good. And rise. Unwind the arms. And then just kind of roll the shoulders back. stand up, giving your feet a little bit of a break, your knees a little bit of a break. Roll out the shoulders a little bit. Okay, other side. Coming back into our seated position here. Arms out to the side. This time, left arm crosses underneath the right, right at the elbow. And then find your hands, either back hands back to back, touching the shoulders, or full eagle arm here. Resting the elbow on the chair, resting the chin down. Find that shoulder opener. I always like to say get heavy because then you know you're really relaxing when you are letting your body kind of feel the weight of the gravity, right? Just like when you sleep. And 3 more breaths. Take your time. Good. Let's slowly rise up. Unwind the arms. Ooh, shoulder stretch. Go ahead and stand up. And shake out the shoulders a little bit. Okay, let's go to another one of my favorites. Move the chair to the end of our mat now. We'll come back to it later. We'll need it later, but not right now. We're going to do an incline pose. So we're going to need to prop up our pillows in a way so that our body is going to lay at an incline position. I'm going to save a pillow to place underneath my legs. Okay. So I'm going to start by sitting nice and tall and then just rounding my back until my body is laying in a nice incline position, hands down by my side. My legs are supported. And I'm letting my feet fall to the side. Head and shoulders relax. Relax the jaw, the brow. You'll notice that your mind has slowed down since the beginning of the class. It takes practice. Breathe slowly and the mind will follow.
Next pose is staying with our upper body in this incline pose, but bending our knees, feet touching, and legs go out to the side. If you have a couple pillows you can place under each knee, it actually feels nice to support the hips in that way. If you don't, you can just try this, and you can always come out of it if it starts to feel uncomfortable. This is called Supine Baddha Konasana. And we allow ourselves to be still. And we allow ourselves to have silence. Your demands placed on us and tasks. We find that a lot of times the things that once bothered us early in the day no longer have purpose or have any power. Sometimes problems or solutions to problems come into us in these moments of stillness. What I like most about this practice, and being still with you guys every week, is that I feel like we're taking care of ourselves. We're just giving ourselves an hour of self-care. Bring the knees up. And let's go ahead and slowly rise up. It's very important to move slowly after you come out of these poses because you'd be surprised how much you really rest, huh? Okay, let's bring the chair in now. Bring the chair in. You can place a pillow on top. I think we're gonna have to actually turn our chair this side for this one. I'm sorry. Yeah, that way we have room for our legs. We're basically just going to lay down and place our legs on top of the mat. So you kind of have to maneuver yourself here and then knee down. So you can keep yourself at incline if you want, but it's a little bit more of a shallow incline because you're just supporting your shoulder and your head. So I'm going to ask that you put your hands on your belly this time. And just paying attention to the breath in the body and the movement that the body makes with the breath. Three more deep breaths here. Okay, now let's move the chair. You can just kind of kick it off to the side or to the end of your mat, giving yourself space here. You're going to lay your upper body flat with one pillow supporting the head. I'm going to take my littler pillows over to my side here, my left side. Send the left leg long, bring the right knee in. Just hold here. Now, if you would like to place a pillow underneath your hips here, it does feel amazing. We're just gonna hold for 5 breaths. But I'm just gonna keep mine flat because it feels good to support that lower back. Nice deep breaths, good. Now send the right leg long and bring the left knee in. And hold for 5 breaths. Just softening the shoulders, softening the hips, let the legs get noodly in here. Bring the other knee in. So now both knees are in. Just hold them in, and we're just gonna make little tiny circles with our knees to the right and left. We're massaging our kidneys here, letting our lower back make contact. Good. And then other direction. Here's another one of my favorites, the supine twist. Take your arms out to the side. You might want to adjust your hips a little bit, but take your knees over to the left side. That's completely supported by the pillow. So you're going to find that your legs might want to move downward. That's fine. Just make sure you have a pillow there to support it. And just let your legs kind of get heavy there. See where they fall. Draw your attention to your right shoulder. See if you can soften that shoulder as you breathe. Just let everything get heavy. Slowly move the right leg up and then the left. Come back to center. Move your pillows over to the right side. Maybe adjust your hip a little bit to the right. And then slowly drop the knees over to the right side. Arms are directly up to the side. Palms down. Look to the sky, close your eyes, and draw your attention to your left shoulder. Imagine that shoulder softening with each inhale and exhale. Let the legs get heavy. Let them fall. Let them move where they may. Keep them supported and comfortable. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Let's bring the left leg up, then the right. Standing the legs long. We're going to move into Shavasana now, corpse pose. So I'd like you to do a nice floating Shavasana. So I'm going to place a pillow underneath my legs, one on both my arms, and my neck and shoulders are completely supported. So it's like you're floating in the cloud. The only thing is touching is your back, your feet, your head. Let everything relax. Shavasana. Tone the brain, so movements into your fingers and toes. At the very end of our practice, little tiny micro movements, giving ourselves the permission to move slowly. And flutter your eyes open, maybe roll out your ankles, roll out your wrists. You're going to make your way over to your right or left side, laying in a fetal position with the crux of your arms just resting in your hands on your side there. So this is a nice relaxing pose, fetal pose. And as you lay here with your eyes closed, just taking your time for the last few minutes, moments of stillness before we come to our seated position. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause, and then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Do that 2 more times. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale. Slowly make your way back up to a seated position with me here. Sitting tall, hands where we started, right on our knees. Nice tall posture in your spine, letting the shoulders relax. You probably feel differently than when we were first sitting here an hour ago, right? Good. So just bring that softness into it. Let's start with those main areas. Start with the hips. Imagine your hips soften. Moving that softness up through your back. Now your shoulders. Now your jaw. And your brow. Let everything soften. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Hands to heart center. Retrain the brow, bring the hands here, and we bow to each other. Namaste. Namaste. I needed that. This week was a weird week. I was tense all week in my shoulders, so I always look forward to this class. Thank you guys for sticking in there. I know it's a hard practice for the mind to slow down, but I appreciate you guys, sticking to it. It's good. It's good for you. So I will say good night and see you guys next week. I might try the chair again next week because I think we were able to get our shoulders opened a little bit with some of those poses. So I'll text you guys on Facebook, but if not, I'll see you guys next week. So bye, Julie. Did your husband stick to it?
Yeah, he got so relaxed. I'm hearing snoring.
I love it.
Thanks.
I fell asleep my first time too. All right, have a nice week.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye. See you later, Julie. Bye, Beth. Bye, Bobby.